Buyers have gotten much better at buying faster than sellers have gotten better at selling.
Welcome back. I've got Stephen Norman with me again. G'day, Stephen.
Good to be here, John.
Having some great discussions here, and it is really focused on the CEO's understanding of the importance of having the right sales organisation in place and the right capabilities and so on. That's a big subject, talking about transformation in a lot of organisations. I want to really understand, what are the key components in your mind of a good modern sales organisation?
Yeah, there's a lot to that. And I think very important that business leaders, CEOs, sales leaders understand what's changed with buyers in the last decade or so. Because that situation's changed dramatically. And so how we used to sell just isn't effective in the current buying environment.
Some of the things, the way we sell is important.
Yep.
But we've got to understand what we hold on to and what we let go of and change.
Yeah, right? Exactly. And if we think about how informed buyers are now, okay? Buyers don't need us for product information.
No, we don't need to be the walking brochure anymore.
Exactly.
In fact, all we'll do is turn customers off if we try and do that.
Exactly. And we know, CEB's famous number, buyers are 57% of the way through their process before they engage with sales. Serious Decisions saying 2/3 of research is done online. And there's other complexities as well. We see the number of decision makers involved in corporations when we're selling complex, large solutions seems to increase year after year. It was about 4 people, it went to 5, 6, 7, around 10 people now is estimated.
Obviously, it varies from organisation to organisation, but it's increased on
it's
an
more
average.
Complex, right? So there's different skills, and I would say, with all of those changes, especially like the availability of information, buyers have gotten much better at buying faster than sellers have gotten better at selling.
I totally agree, and we talked a little bit about that in the last discussion, that we really have to be bringing value to the client through the conversation we have, and that's not about our product, it's about their business and helping them think through the challenges they've got, bring thought leadership to the table and so on.
That's right. And where we've got to start, I guess it's the umbrella for a successful sales organisation is a sales culture across the company.
I agree. I mean, I had a discussion with Ursula recently, and Ursula made the point that just by putting more salespeople on won't necessarily grow your sales, because it's not the salesperson as an individual. You have the best sales team of any company by just going out and hiring the best salespeople. But once you throw them out there, if all you give them is product and say go sell, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to be sustainable. You're going to be churning and burning. You're not going to be getting traction with customers. So we need to establish that the proper sales culture, need to be strong alignment with all of the functions in the company.
Well, we often talk about the need for alignment with marketing, but it's not just marketing, it's customer experience, it's all
operations, product development, engineering.
And when we're selling now, it has to be a sales team.
It is. Maybe
led by the sales guy.
Sure.
But he will have a team of people that's working with him towards achieving a sale and then...
Oh, yeah. And definitely something when I'm training salespeople and working with sales teams, we're talking a lot about stakeholder management and how to build teamwork. So that's a whole topic on its own, but absolutely critical to our sales success.
Okay, so you've mentioned quite a few things there, sales culture, and then we drop down. What are some of the other things that would fit into sales culture? Obviously, process. I'm a great believer that a company has to understand how they do business with their customer, what process they follow, and make sure that's consistent through the organisation. Otherwise, you won't get people teaming because they don't know what the process is.
Yeah, exactly. And like you say, we can't just be hiring people, throwing them out with product information, and maybe relying on their relationship skills. And that just doesn't stick with customers anymore. Customers want value, they want insight. Customers are spending less time with us. So that when we get time with the customer, we need to be bringing value. We need to be very specialized. We need to be experts in the customer's business, the customer's industry.
So you need, as you said, expertise in the customer's domain that your salespeople have to carry. And that hasn't always been the case. And I've always been a great believer in it. But the more domain expertise you have, the more you're likely to bring value through the conversation with the customer.
Yes.
But then you mentioned the word insight.
Yes.
One of the things that I find is absolutely critical is not just having a few bits of insight that you can share with your customer, it's understanding how that insight can then go through a whole thought process for the customer to a final outcome, and then learning how to bring that insight to the table through your questions, and more importantly, through the stories we tell, because storytelling now is critical to the success in sales.
You're talking my language, John, and we just know that humans respond well to stories. And I read a statistic from a famous Harvard professor that said if we tell a story, someone is 14 times more likely to remember the discussion. And so we need to be wrapping our facts, wrapping our key information inside effective storytelling structures.
And bring those stories to the table in the conversation with the customer at the right time through their buying journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this should be an institutional, company-wide type of effort.
You can't just throw a salesperson out there and with a few bits of insight and expect the salesperson is going to do this. It's got to be a whole process within the organization.
Market is too competitive. Customers are too demanding. So we need to have strong processes, for our prospecting. We need to be very specialized, strong process, strong structure. Then when we get a live deal, we need to have strong processes and structure on how we engage with customers in the way that we've just been talking about, and being able to lead them through the deal process. Most customers are not expert at internal selling or getting big complex decisions through their organizations. We need to be expert in that.
Okay, so it's a company-wide systematic approach to selling, led by a salesperson, but everybody else within the
representing the company, representing the culture of that company.
And so the word culture is really important.
Absolutely.
Culture is the way we do business. Defining how we do business and how we bring value to our customer is the way to go.
Absolutely, John.
I love that discussion. Thank you very much, Stephen. I look forward to the next one.
Me too.